Abraham Lincoln was America's 16th president. President Lincoln guided America through a very crucial time. The Civil War was no ordinary war. It was a war where brothers fought against brothers, a country fought against itself. President Lincoln strived to unite the country and distribute justice and equality to all people. Some people did not like Lincoln's perspective and hated the thought of equality. Because of extreme hatred towards Lincoln, Lincoln was assassinated on April 15, 1865. That day, not only the president died, but also a great man with great intentions. John Wilkes Booth was a Confederate who despised Lincoln and his ideas. His hatred towards the president led him to the extreme action of assassinating Lincoln. President Lincoln was watching a play at Ford's Theater before he was shot and killed.
Calculate the distance. You're sure to hit the mark in just about most things as well as shooting.
All over you like apples, sasshole, no fault.
Ah, that's my own girl.
You inside out, hell, you son.
Apologizing over that.
Lincoln only wanted the best for America and hoped that the Civil War would come to an end with his efforts and hard work. After Lincoln's death, America was in a state of shock and sadness. People mourned for the president and wanted a way to remember him. To commemorate Lincoln's great achievements, a tomb was built in his honor in Springfield, Illinois, which was his hometown. Larkin Meade was the mastermind behind creating the Lincoln Tomb. After winning a contest out of many people, Meade had been declared the artist that would design the Lincoln Tomb. Meade incorporates symbolism in his work of the Lincoln Tomb to display the effort and hard work President Lincoln put into running the country. Lincoln put in a lot of determination, especially when times became rough during the Civil War. The sculptor strategically placed 4 statues on the terrace outside of the memorial, each representing one of the 4 Civil War services: infantry, artillery, cavalry, and navy. The Civil War occurred during the time President Lincoln was in office, and the statues commemorate all the soldiers who were in the war that remember Lincoln's guidance and support. Meade appeals to logos in an attempt to portray the heroic actions Abraham Lincoln took in order to support America. President Lincoln was a strong supporter in giving slaves freedom and did everything in his power to get closer to ending slavery one step at a time. To honor Lincoln's actions in supporting such a sensitive issue, Meade engraved important documents and speeches, such as the Emancipation Proclamation. Meade appeals to pathos in order to deepen the patriotic feelings towards Lincoln. The tomb of President Abraham Lincoln itself creates a flood of emotions for many. Inside the black and white marble room, a plain red brick stands, enhancing the solemn mood of the visitors. The burial room creates feelings of pride and grief. The message of the Lincoln tomb is to commemorate all of Lincoln's achievements and advancements that led America to where it is today. Lincoln was a very important president in the history of the United States. He was not afraid to fight for the right things and held his head high even in the worst of times. I learned many new facts in the process of exploring this monument. President Lincoln had made many important and thoughtful decisions, such as giving the Gettysburg Address and always encouraging and supporting the people of the United States by playing an active role during the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln passed the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed slaves. Though there was much controversy amongst slaves, Lincoln stood up for what he believed was right. President Lincoln's efforts to unite the country were efficient. Soon after Lincoln's death, the country was once again a whole. Because of exploring in depth with the monument, I realized that the monument was more than just a place for tourists to take pictures. It was more than just a burial place for the president. It is a place to commemorate and remember how Lincoln took a shot for the country and paved the way for America's success.